السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. معكم محمد. النهاردة يا جماعة اعمل رياكت على مقاطع مرعبة. وقبل ما نبدأ الفيديو ما تنسوش تشتركوا في القناة وتفعلوا الجرس وتعملوا لايك للفيديو وخليكم على المقطع. باي. يلا نبدأ يا جماعة. ده بداية مقطع الرعب.
You might think you can watch these scary videos without getting scared, but I think you can't. Let's see who's right. Number 14. It looks like this person is trying to do some repairs on their car. Maybe something's wrong with the air conditioning. Then I realize it's not a repair. It's a removal. A large snake appears to have crawled inside of the car, and the only way to get rid of it is through a game of reptilian tug-of-war. They struggle for almost 2 minutes, and lucky for him, the snake is too exhausted to strike when he drops it at 1 minute 45 seconds. Most people look for loose change while others have to look for loose snakes. This is definitely something I wasn't expecting. It goes to show you never really know what's lurking in your car. Number 13. A YouTuber named Tret uploaded the scary moment in Russia that has people wondering what it could possibly be. He looks down a boarded up well in the middle of the forest and sees a scary face in the dark. This could be a weird creature sighting or a ghost sighting depending on how you look at it. To be more realistic though, I see the head of a turtle. The blue eyes are weird though, so maybe that's not it at all. Number 12. A YouTuber named Flair is left shaken after a fishing trip goes wrong, and you'll never guess how. It's a clear day when they hit the lake, but after a while, dark clouds soon roll in. Flair and his friend are too busy catching fish to notice a sudden shift. That's when nature tells him it's time to go back indoors.
انا مش مركز في الحتة دي بس مش شايف حاجة.
His line pulse was static. Lightning has struck the lake somewhere and sent a jolt through them both. One of them gets into the water to tie the boat off. A risky move in my opinion. He's out of the water again before lightning strikes twice. I'm glad they both appear to be unharmed. But talk about a close call. Number 11. This YouTuber is exploring a scary abandoned place in India when their adventure goes wrong at 6 minutes and 30 seconds.
في حاجة سودة عدت من وراه.
Real ghost sighting at first, but somebody walks right in front of a light, so that could be what's making the shadow figure appear. Still, it's bizarre enough to make them leave, and when they look back, they see a ghost in the window. The light passes by the window one time, doubles back, and there it is, another ghost sighting. Look again though, and you'll see it was actually standing in the window the entire time. This could be a shadow person, a jinn, or one of their friends wearing a cloak. They claim it was a ghost, but I'm not sure. Number 10. Some friends look kind of bored when a flying apparition decides to give them something to do. They follow it and don't see anything, just darkness. I was ready to write this off as special effects, but keep your eye on this empty space. At 13 seconds, you can just barely make out the head of someone standing there if you look close. Cue the chills. Number 9. Something keeps coming into this creepy front yard out in the countryside. Something from the edge of the woods. He's seen it once before, and soon he sees it again. It looks like an extra tall, extra dimensional creature with a single horse-like leg bent inward at the knee. The upper half looks like that of a man. It looks like it could maybe be a trick of the light from the single street light in his yard. However, his camera is relatively still when it happens. The creature moves left to right, but his camera isn't moving enough to blame it on the lighting in my opinion. Number 8. A Twitter user named Jaren Mala is bored and has nothing to do, so he flashes his high beams at an empty car across the lot to amuse himself for a bit. I don't know what that is. Maybe a jacket, maybe something else. But it wasn't there before, and when they dared to
كانش في
flash
حاجة
their
في
high
العربية يا
beams a split
جماعة
second later, it is no
وبعد ما
longer
عمل لقى حاجة
there.
كده
Now that's just terrifying.
أوه.
Number 7. A YouTuber named Backpacker Tampan and his friend Tom go ghost hunting in Indonesia. They want to explore an old hotel, but to get there they have to go through some scary woods and cross a narrow bridge over rushing waters, a bridge with some sketchy areas missing. A few planks too many if you ask me. When they get inside the hotel, they find themselves in awe of the sheer size of the place and somehow get split up. This room in particular absolutely refuses to stay in focus, and it feels to him like someone could be near. And someone in the comments says that a shadow person is hanging around the doorway outside of the room 4 seconds later. It's nothing more than his reflection if you ask me. Weird but not paranormal. But then he records movement across the doorway at the exact moment he thinks Tom is near.
Maybe he's downstairs. Very dark, I can't see.
Tom?
Whatever this is we're looking at, it isn't Tom. It seems to follow him from floor to floor wherever he goes. Eventually Tom is found, and together at that moment they sense a third presence standing next to them.
Okay, we might gonna record here, I think. Can you do it with your phone? Record.
I think it sounds like editing because you can hear a bass line if you listen closely, like it's part of a song.
Can you do it with your phone?
Tell me if you think this really happened, or do you think it was added later?
Can you do it with your phone?
Number 6. Green Gables is the name of a fine dining restaurant in Jennerstown, Pennsylvania. The 100-year-old building is said to be haunted to the point where one worker would start recording with their phone whenever they felt something was wrong, and one night they were right.
And I don't know, something doesn't feel right about this place. Like it's I can't even describe what it feels like right now. Like this is just, what is that?
في حاجة اتحركت جنب التمثال.
Nope.
اجري
A shadowy hand definitely just extended across the waist of the statue in my
عشان
opinion.
تتعلم
It
الأدب
doesn't
شوية.
look like a trick of the light or
انت
anything
بتعمل ايه
like
بالليل؟
that.
ممكن يكون حد بيخوفه ولا حاجة عشان يبعد
The
عن
century-old
البتاع.
haunted estate is known for, so I think it's real. Oh, and one more thing that's weird. Shortly before noping out of there, the employee notices a deep slice across the length of its stone throat. Is this another paranormal sign, or just normal wear and tear? Number 5. A YouTuber named Dylan Richardson is teaching his dog how to speak when his creepy next-door neighbor, who's apparently annoyed by the barking dog, decides to stare at everyone through his window instead of knocking on the front door. The neighbor could have mental problems because he is looking into this home with no shirt on despite the cold weather. They chase him away, but he literally vanishes around the side of the house without a trace. No camera editing or anything. That's when Dylan's friend gets this idea. I guess this neighbor wanted to get frostbite more than he wanted to get caught. I don't know how he could possibly manage to perfectly burrow under the snow in 3 seconds without leaving any footprints behind. So I'm gonna say this creepy neighbor video, while strange and entertaining, is made up. Number 4.
رقم 4
is filming random scenery in the car when they drive by this weird mysterious
ايه يا عم في
figure
ايه
that is
مع
more of
اكيد
an
ايه ده
after
ايه
image
مش
than an
فاهم.
actual person. A rare sighting of a ghost driving out of
ممكن
Cleveland,
تكون
Texas, as
دي
she puts
ممكن
it.
يكون
It
حد
certainly
باصص من
could be a
البلكونة عادي
ghost, but for some reason I feel like it could just be a mannequin or something that somebody
مش
set up
باين
in the
هي
window to freak people out when they drive by. And guess what? It worked. Number 3.
رقم 3
A creepy goat stands on 2 legs and stares ahead with beady black eyes. Reddit is trying to figure out if this is a statue, or is this a live animal trained to be as scary as possible. Its eyes kind of look expressive here at 9 seconds, and its ears somewhat move here, although that could just as easily be camera movement. Number 2. This was taken by a vacationer
بس
near
لا خفت من
Amsterdam
المقطع
in
ده.
July of 2017. Looks normal at
دي
first,
ست.
but the more you zoom in, the more you see a
يا
scary face
جماعة
putting its
والله
teeth
احنا
at
بالليل
you.
يا
The
جماعة
nose looks
والله
practically
هموت
non-existent, and the eyes
وامشي.
are nothing more than black
معرفش انام
lids.
بالليل
The mouth
والله.
looks like a sneer. People are saying the face looks like it was photoshopped.
شبيه
The face was
للفيلم.
possibly imported from the movie The Exorcist.
يا
I think
عمي
it could just be a girl squinting
غني
in the
كده،
sun,
غني.
in which case the internet is making a big deal out of
بس كده.
nothing. I mean, we've all had less than flattering
اسمي
pictures
عملت ايه؟
taken of us when we weren't
هي
paying
أيوة.
attention. This
ممثلة
photograph is so
بارعة
scary to some
والله.
that you definitely wouldn't be able to handle watching a video of this freaky incident. One doesn't exist that I know of, but
بص
I'll
يا
continue to try
ابني،
and hunt
أنا
down any
بهنيك على
video
الشرف ده
evidence if
وبقول لك
possible. I've got a challenge for you.
ده
Since
مفبرك
you've made it this
والله، ده
far, why
مفبرك
not like this video and hit
يا
subscribe in the
جماعة.
next.
في حاجات حقيقية وفي حاجات مفبركة الصراحة، بس أنا معرفش بقى، معرفش الصراحة ده ايه وده ايه. والمهم ان يكون المقطع عجبكم، ما تنسوش اللايك واشتراك في القناة وتفعيل الجرس، وان شاء الله الفيديوهات القادمة اخليها احسن جودة واحسن واخلي الفيديو طويل. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.